Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 11th through the 20th, 2018 reading for you. Now, I've already shuffled and meditated upon the cards, so we are going to see what these 10 days have in store for you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Okay, we're keeping that card out because it obviously wants to come. Okay, there we go. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, all that information will be in the description box below. There you are, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Beautiful. Oh, and there you are again. Wow. What a powerful reading. Okay. Turn it over. Wow. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards right here. That's beautiful. Now, the major arcana cards are the karmic lessons, the soul essence of the reading. The minor arcana cards can kind of, you can move them around a little bit. Like, not move them around, but they're not the bold lines. These are the bold lines. These are kind of the, if you think of a coloring book, these are the lines of the coloring book, and then this is all the way that it can be shaded in. And this is beautiful. All right. Your first card is the Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Slowly and steadily, you've sent them out, and you didn't know if they would come back. All right? You didn't know if you'd get a return on your investment, if your ships would be lost at sea, if the men would all die of sickness. You didn't know, or bring back sickness. You didn't know how everything was going to come back. You've taken kind of a gamble, and now you start to see prosperity coming in. Life starting to go the way that you desire it. And it's just joyous. It's just happiness because you're moving forward. You're cultivating and creating on this earthly plane because the wands represent passion and creativity, how we create our lives. And you're embracing how you are creating your life, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You're embracing the joy that is coming in, the prosperity that is coming in. For some of you, the ships that come in are going to be filled with, just amazing things. For others of you, it's going to be amazing, but it's going to be smaller, okay? So it isn't going to be overflowing with, pirate treasure or anything like that. But it's going to make your life happier. It's going to make things easier. You're going to sit there and see things start to fall into place. And you might have doubted, you might have fretted, you might have not known how things were going to be. Now you're embracing that prosperity because you're starting to see things move forward. For some of you, again, in a big way, others in a small way, because this is a general reading. So you're really starting to embrace the prosperity that is coming into your life. And you've been hoping and wishing for it, and now it's come, and then here you are, represented by the Chariot in the major arcana. Okay, and you're boldly moving forward. You're reining in your emotions because remember, you are a water sign, so you don't want to be pulled out by the undertow. You're embracing your emotions, you're knowing what you want, and you are charging forward. I love it because he looks like Poseidon. He is strong and powerful, and I love that the horses are actually made out of water. So for you, that is so strong. That is saying you're reining everything in. You're focusing yourself. You know what you want. You know what you're going. You know what you want, you know where you're going, and you're absolutely embracing it. Absolutely moving forward in that joy, in that prosperity. Okay? You might be a little bit afraid too, because the Chariot is just kind of plowing forward, being bold, being brave. So there's going to be some apprehension. You might sit there and think, as your ships come in, am I willing to move forward? Can I just wait? Haven't I done enough? No, but you're moving forward. You are sitting there and saying, it's your time. It's your time to be bold, it's your time to be brave, and there's going to be a sense during these 10 days with the Eight of Swords that no matter which way you turn, you're going to get cut, as if you're overwhelmed, okay, as if you feel stuck, tied in place. You can't see clearly. There's something that isn't making sense. No, and your emotions might be raging, and that's why you have the Chariot card here, because you're reining everything in. Know that you're not stuck. Know that you are moving forward in prosperity, in bounty, in beauty. Having this bounty and beauty come into your life. Just absolutely, positively embracing who you are, what you want. Not letting the doubts and fears within your mind, because the swords represent the mind, tear you down. Because you might be sitting there saying, look at all the different ways you can succeed. Look, this was a fluke. Your ships might not have come in. This is all by happenstance, by chance. There's a good sense of luck here. How can you trust that? But this isn't luck. This is you putting in the time, putting in the effort. Taking a chance, yes, but moving forward with that success behind you. And there's going to be a part of you that is just afraid. Your emotions are raging. You sit there, you think, what should I do now? How should I move forward? What is it that I need from life? And it's just a feeling of being overwhelmed. Know that you can break these ropes. They're made of seaweed. You can break them. Take the blindfold off your eyes and walk onto dry land. None of the swords are close to cutting you. The water is terrifying, but that's because you don't know where you are in it. You're on this rock, and you are secure. Now you are moving forward. It's breaking the fear. Because if you let this fear kind of take you over, it can take away your whole 10 days. And what's interesting is you have the 8 of Swords, and then you have the 8 of Wands. So there's this fear, and it's this fear about moving forward. Because we have the 2 8s here. And there's something to do with an 8 count that is going to be important. But you have the 8s here. You have the 8 of Wands. Things moving quickly. And it might be overwhelming. It might be absolutely too much. You sit there and you go, oh my gosh, no, stop. Because you have to take everything in. You move forward with majesty of self. The stags here are a representation of majesty. And some of the stags, as these wands are flying, are still eating grass. They're not really fazed by them. This is moving forward in majesty of self. Knowing the progression is here, that the progression is coming, okay? But stepping back for a moment, taking it all in, and then moving forward. Not immediately fleeing, running. I don't mean fleeing, I mean, not immediate movement to represent the change or to combat the change that is coming in. It's like you need to digest it. And as you digest it, you understand more and more the brilliance and the beauty that is coming your way. And then you have the Hierophant, Taliesin. The person, the boy who was paid or told to stir Carowind's cauldron, stir the cauldron of wisdom, so that her son could be given the gift of absolute knowledge. And what happened is it bubbled over, and he got a little burn of it on his finger, and he stuck his finger in his mouth because it was so hot. And he wound up going from being a servant to being the wisest man on earth. A transformation of self through prosperity, through wisdom. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, this is a pope with supplicants at his feet. King of kings. If you're the wisest man in the whole entire world, no one can tell you what to do. This is using your wisdom, using your power to direct yourself forward, to know that no one is above you, but not to be cocky and egotistical about it. What is the saying? You know the true measure of the person as the way he treats someone who can do nothing for him? That's what this card is saying. Kind of ruling your life with purpose, with bounty, and with truth at your center. Your truth, your understanding, your knowledge. This is also knowing the power of your thoughts and your words. Because here he's a bard. Someone who holds the stories, holds the history of a people in his mind. You hold the history of your story, of yourself, within your mind. Knowing that you can create it to be kind or to be angry, to be mean. Moving forward with prosperity of self. Moving forward knowing that the words that you tell yourself and the way that you treat yourself really do impact you. Embracing your truth. Embracing yourself. Knowing the power of your words and of your actions. Moving forward in tradition of self. So, meaning that you're not here to reinvent the wheel. You're here to use the tools that are given to you, all around you, to the very best of your ability. And to find the beauty and the glory within the everyday. And then you have the 3 of Pentacles. prosperity coming in after a time of sorrow because you've worked hard for it, because you've embraced your truth, you've embraced your bounty. Working hard to create the world that you desire. Working hard to cultivate your truth. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck is a man standing on the bench with with two men beside him in a cathedral-like setting. And they are creating this cathedral together. Here it is one woman creating a blanket, working independently, paying attention to the details, seeking something that brings you joy, that brings you pleasure, that also brings you prosperity, being able to move forward in that prosperity and that wisdom. Knowing that through your hard work, through your effort, okay? Oh, I love it. 2 8s, 2 3s. Through your hard work, through your effort, everything is moving forward. You are becoming greatness, and you are not letting your fears hold you back. You're moving forward boldly. And because of that, the High Priestess comes in, and this was the extra card that fell. And I love the High Priestess and the Hierophant together. They're balanced to each other. Oh, and I love it because she is the one, Cerwyn was the one whose cauldron, he was stirring that cauldron of knowledge, of wisdom, when he got all that knowledge and that wisdom coming in. Knowing that you're lifting the veil off your eyes and you're seeing the truth. He saw, through experience, the power of the potion he was stirring. She, of course, tried to hunt him down and kill him, but wound up, I believe he turned himself into a seed and she ate it, and then he wound up becoming her child, or something to that effect. So having that wisdom, having that bounty, having the veil lifted from your eyes, moving forward in justice and in truth, moving forward in your own bounty and in your own purity of intention. Half your face here is of an old woman, and half of it is of a young woman. So embracing your wisdom and embracing your vitality of purpose. Knowing with the High Priestess card, silent waters run deep is absolutely a true statement. You're learning, you're gaining your understanding, you're gaining your wisdom. And you don't need to share that with everybody. What you need to do is cultivate it to the highest of its ability, to the highest of your ability. But a lot of you, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, are going to have this kind of, I want to say spiritual awakening that is going to let you see your power, your might, your purpose a bit more clearly. And it's going to start moving you forward on your path to your joy, to your bounty. Connecting with nature is hugely important. It's going to help you charge your battery. It's going to let you see things more clearly. It's going to give you a sense of joy. And as you see things more clearly, okay, as the veil is lifted from your eyes, you're going to see people for who they truly are. So trust your instincts. Really trust your instincts. They're not going to serve you wrong. And then as your clarifying cards, you have the Page of Cups, which is representing you. Now we have you here kind of fully manifesting your own power. You're the Major Arcana card for your sign. So absolutely embracing the truth that is you, but also still being a student of what you love, of what you want to come into your life. Having the prosperity come in with the fish jumping into the cup, but also having freedom of self with the fish jumping out of the cup. So it's a balance. The Page is also a messenger card. A messenger, being a messenger and embracing the messages of your healing, of your prosperity, of yourself, of the joy that is coming into your life, the love that is coming into your life. Letting that message come through you. It could be a spiritual message, it could be a physical message, but letting that message come in and hearing it and accepting it. But also being a student of what heals you and what moves you forward. Your prosperity, your joy, your bounty, your understanding. And then you have the Empress. Listening to the messages that you get, okay, it's going to help lead you forward. But the Empress is also all four of the Queen cards. She's the Queen of Cups, moving forward in love and healing. The Queen of Pentacles, prosperity and sharing that prosperity with others. The Queen of Wands, being able to cultivate the magic inside her and being able to move forward in that wisdom and that understanding. And the Queen of, which one am I missing? Swords, knowing your own mind, cutting through doubts and fears, speaking your truth, but not being sharp-tongued about it. Now, I know I've told you the story of Rhiannon, that she was a fairy princess, of course. She was a fae princess, and she fell in love with this human king, and she let him find her. She would appear every single day, and he would send up riders to go and tell her to fetch her, pretty much. And she wouldn't let any of them catch up with her. Her horse would always be far in the lead, no matter how fast they ran. Finally, one day, he said, you know what, after like the 4th day or the 5th day of him sending out riders, he finally decided to go and try and catch up with her. And that's when he was able to ride side by side with her. They fell in love, they got married. They wound up having a child, I think after a little while. And what happens is that child was stolen from her. And instead of the nursemaids saying the child was stolen from the window by a terrible monster, they smeared her with blood, and they said that she killed her baby, because she wasn't one of them anyway. And they didn't want to be punished for something awful, for losing the king's baby. And so the king couldn't kill her, because he still loved her. So he cast her out of the kingdom to the front of the kingdom's gates, and she was made to carry whomever wanted her to on her back like a horse and tell them the story of how she killed her son. Lived daily humiliation. It's very common with the Welsh heroines to have some sort of terribleness happen to them. So you have here having to share the story. So this is going from being a queen to being the lowliest of peasants. Right? And then one day, her son winds up coming to the court, fully grown, absolutely resembling his father. Nobody can deny that she didn't kill her child, that a monster stole it away, and he was raised by a neighboring kingdom. And she was restored to her rightful place, but not after a time, but only after a time of suffering. This is you finding your purpose, finding your talent, finding your sense of self, listening to your true calling, embracing all the majesty that you have in you, being twice crowned, but after a time of suffering, after a time of pain, after a time that you might not have thought that you would ever be there. But you are. Things start to change. Actually. Things start to change. That's exactly how it should be started. Things start to change, and you have to take it all in. You're feeling as if you let this change happen, you don't know which way to go, what to do. But your ships are coming in. This change is happening. It's real. It's tangible. All right? You start working on your prosperity, on what you want, and where you're going. Focusing on your desire, right? Focusing on what you can do to keep your prosperity coming into your life. Embracing your truth, embracing your wisdom, embracing your right. Boldly moving forward. Having the veil lifted from your eyes, knowing what you desire. Moving forward in love and learning about what you love. Letting those messages come in and absolutely embracing your divine right to be profoundly prosperous. And we're going to see, because they say at the bottom of the deck, oh, I love it, is a message for your soul, your subconscious message. And here is that you are the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this could mean that a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo is coming into your life to help you embrace your prosperity. But this is also saying that you are this prosperity, that you are leaving behind the sorrow, embracing the love. Absolutely. That you are going to be the type of person that people turn to for advice because they're sitting there saying, wow, if you can be so successful, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, then so can I. And I want to see that wisdom. How did you move forward? And it doesn't matter if you're male or female because the cards judge energy, nothing else. So moving forward with love, with prosperity at your center, subconsciously, you need to know that you are absolutely, positively prosperous, and no one can take that from you. As it comes in, it might be overwhelming, but you start to really believe and see, tangibly, things starting to change, starting to move towards prosperity, and embracing your hard work. Knowing that you are worthy of this bounty, finding the best way to use it to your advantage, and then boldly moving forward. Again, with seeing the truth of the matter, absolutely believing in your divine right, twice crowned. And being a student of what you love, being a student and a master of what you want from life. Always learning, always obtaining more and more. Now, this doesn't always mean that you are obtaining more and more wealth and prosperity. There's going to be times where you're obtaining more wisdom, more joy of self, okay? And knowing that you are absolutely prosperous. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, I hope this reading resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. Bye.